Hello again and welcome to a new video. This is our May 2016 BMW 335 Xdrive M Sport Auto. This is the saloon and the car's covered 75,000 miles. The last owner took the car, I think it was around about November 2017, so just 2 owners from new. The car's got full service history. All of the car is finished in, Estoril Blue Metallic. The car has been completely detailed, machine polished, and we've made a few changes. You'll notice that the wing mirror covers we finished in black gloss paint, and I'll show you them a little bit closer. All of the wheels have been stripped back to the alloy and re-powder coated properly in black gloss. And additionally, at the front, we fitted the M grille, the sort of the black gloss double slatted grille. So it really lifts the car and makes it look really sporty. Now I'm going to come in and show you the other thing that we've done. The front bumpers at this sort of mileage will become quite pitted on these flat surfaces at the front up here and again down on this section here. So the whole bumper has been professionally painted, and so that's all like new. All of the light lenses are actually in really good condition, the fog lights. And then while we're down here, I just want to show you down the side of the car. It's not got any ding dents, there's no ripples, the paintwork reflects really nicely, as you can see. Just bring you in a bit closer and move the camera so you can see it's not picking up any ripples. There's no ripples in the panel or anything. Running on Michelin Pilot 4 tyres. I think one is actually a Pilot 4S. I'll just bring you around. There's the black gloss grille. And then if we come round to this side, like I say, front parking sensors, rear parking sensors, all in lovely condition. And then again, if we look down this side of the car, see the reflection? It's all true. There's no dents or ripples. And when I say ripples, if a panel's been painted and it had a little dent or something there, they usually have to skim it, and when you paint it, it sort of sinks back and you get a ripple. So there's nothing like that on the panels at all. Now, there were some very small little stone chips on the front, as you can imagine, just up on the bonnet, but painstakingly the boys have ordered the paint colour in, as we always do, touched them in, left that to dry, lacquered them, waited for that to dry, and then a couple of days later we've then machine polished over them so that they literally almost disappear. So if you take a look, you can see hardly anything on there. So the bonnet has come up really nice, and there's nothing on there that stands out at all. It's all in lovely condition. If I come back out a bit, you can see that lovely reflection on the bonnet. The windscreen's no big chips or scratches. There will be obviously tiny little peppered marks as you get on any windscreen, but nothing of any consequence. There were a couple of very minor stone chips on the front edge, again touched in and then machine polished over and flatted. There's no scratches on the roof. There are no bird dropping marks on the roof, so there's no etching in the paint or anything like that from bird droppings that have been left on the car, and that's got a lovely shine as well. If I come back out, we've got the sun protection glass at the back. But while we're here, I'll just show you the rear towards the front. And those wheels look great, and then across the back, no dents, no scratches. So I'll bring you in and show you these wheels because they've come up really nice. We've got the M Sport calipers. These are the 442M 19-inch alloys. I'll just show you that front one. There's a little tiny bit of surface rust around the edges of the discs. It's just where the last owner said he hadn't been using the car much, and that will come off. There's no lipping on those discs, but all of the cars here go into our BMW specialist, even if they've just been serviced somewhere else, and they're given a full inspection, brakes are checked, and anything that needs to be done will get done. So there's a side profile of the car. Looking really good. And the mirror caps. So again, these aren't caps that we've bought. They've been properly painted, and the finish is like new. They're done with in the proper paint shop. We don't do it in-house here. And then if we look down these door edges, there's no damage on those either. All the black gloss up here has been polished. I was going to go in the car then, but I've remembered we haven't gone around the back completely yet, so let's do that. All of the exhausts, I've got to show you under here. I know it's probably not what you were looking to see, but they've always polished all of that up as well. It's always nice to see nice clean tailpipes and they're not covered in carbon and stuff. All the way up under here. See, it's all lovely condition. And then if we come up onto the boot lid, no damage. Let's try and give you the best view of the panels. And along here, when we go in the boot, I'll show you the top edge. No scuffs here. Got me down on my knees now, God, too old for that. And then looking down this side of the car, and then if I can get up around the filler cap, and they'll just show up on the roof while we're here. And then the door edge. Let's do this wheel. All around the driver door. Let's do this front wheel. And then if I come back out, show you the car from this side. So all looking really nice. Let's bring you around to the front, and then we'll take a quick look inside the car. Okay, let's take a look inside. Before we do that, I'll just show you all the BMWs have the LED lights under the door handles. Passenger front door card. Just had a very good look round. There's nothing on there. We've got the Harman Kardon sound system. And puddle lights under the door. You can see how clean it is under there. And then if I can get that, there we go. All around the door shut. All of the rubbers and the frame. Really nice. Got all the mats. Business media, and then the Dakota black seats with the little rocker button here which inflates the bolsters either side here and here. And take that all the way up to the top, and the headlights push, the headrests do push forward, and you use that button on the side to release them back. Got center armrest. May as well show you what I can from here. All of the center piece here, again, there's no scuff marks on there. Really nice condition. We've got high beam assist on the car as well, so the headlights will naturally dip down. I say naturally, they dip down using the camera in the windscreen that senses the light coming from the cars that are coming the other way. Door card, whoops, let's just do that again, nearly fell backwards. Again, door card, door shuts, and particularly the back door shuts. If people getting out the car drag the seat belt and then close the door, you can get some damage on this area here, but this one hasn't got any at all. All of the seats, really nice condition. This little bit of creasing here is just normal. It's just where leather stretches slightly when you sit in it. You can probably actually shrink that back. If you use like a wallpaper steamer, just very carefully on the panels of the leather, it will shrink it back and take out the creases. You have to be careful though. Always good to put some conditioner on the leather first to protect it. But that will tighten up that leather. Right, let's take a look in the boot now. So this is what I wanted to show you. Along the back edge of the bumper, no scratches. All of the boot carpets in really nice condition. Locking wheel nuts in there. And because we're not running on the run flats, we've got some foam in a car pump there. Tyre pump, sorry. And then up underneath the hazard warning triangle, yes. It's been a busy day. So all nice and clean in there. And up under there, look. Filler cap area, all nice. Let's open up this door card. Again, really nice and clean. All around the circumference of the door opening, the leather, and the back of the seats as well. Always a good check. Sometimes these can get scuffed, but that's all in really nice condition. Free headrest in the back. Center armrest there as well. So let's go on to the drive door. Again, that edge, all nice and clean. Let's just turn those lights off for a sec. Oh, and that was my knees. So again, all in really nice condition. I tried to do this video yesterday and it was just too cold and there was too much damp in the air and it was all hazy. So I'm just very focused on trying to keep the picture as clear as possible for you. Driver's seat, bolsters, all the way up, no damage there. Handbrake gaiter. Just come in close there. And then the steering wheel, again, all in nice condition. Got auto lights there. In fact, what we'll do now, we'll jump in. And I will just start the car up, so it's keyless start, of course. Put the lights back onto auto. So 75,000 miles, 75,099 is the exact mileage. Now we have the full black panel display, I think it is. Let's just change that. Yeah, so there we have the DAB, or we have this display. I think there might be a display that's quite a little bit bigger, so you can, there's no music connected, but you can get the radio. So sorry, so it's not full black panel display, but there is a display down at the bottom there, and you use this button here, the mode button, and the plus and minus. And then on this side we've got the speed limiter, cruise control, high beam assist is the, if I move this round, get that in focus, this one here brings up the A on the dash, and basically there's a camera just up the top here, and it senses cars coming the other direction. It automatically dips the main beam. So business media. Now this is the narrower of the two screens. Essentially it does the same, pretty much the same information, but it doesn't have a hard drive. But as most people nowadays stream most things through, it doesn't make too much difference. If you go into external devices, you can see that you can connect up via Bluetooth and stream all your music into the car. And then we've got, if I go back into media, pressing the, okay, over to the left, radio, and you see we've got DAB stations, etc. And then we've got the telephone, navigation, go into map. See, the map's slightly smaller, but it, functionality wise, is very similar. There's not too much difference. The main difference being, like I say, the hard drive. Or actually, we'll just go back in there very quickly. When you come over to this side, if you go to, like, you go in there for guidance, etc. Now, if you come down to, obviously you can't split the screen on this one. So map views, if we put it in perspective, we can still use these buttons as memory buttons. So we can store that view on number 8, and then we can go back in and store direction of travel on number 9, or sorry, 7. And if we press number 8 now, it will flip the view. So it's still got a lot of the functionality, like I say, from the other one. If we go into menu again, we've got all the settings at the bottom here. Sound for the Harman Kardon, etc. Connection, speed, climate, lights. And then if we come back out of there and go into vehicle information, this is the vehicle status for tyres, oil level, service requirements. All of the service history we've got is stamped in booklets and invoices, but this will tell you, if you go in here, front brake pads, so these are on 3,200 according to the sensor, as long as that sensor was reset properly. So again, this is why they all go in for an inspection. This one's due in next week. Brake fluid next June. Engine oil's just been done, so that should have quite a lot on it. Yeah, 18,000 miles. So every 2 years or about 19,000 miles. Rear pads 26. So this will go into the BMW specialist, and he'll inspect everything, and if it needs pads at the front, he will do them. If he says there's lots of life, it just hasn't been calibrated properly, he will recalibrate it. And I can assure you, if it does need the pads, they will be done, because I'm like that. Sorry, it's, like I say, it's been a busy day. So okay, so down here, so we don't have the heated seats down here, but we've got dual climate control. And then down further, we've got the cup holders, all nice and clean in there, look. The 8-speed ZF gearbox, which you can put into sport mode. When it's back into drive, you go over into sport. So it will change up through the gears at higher revs. Press the top to go back into park. Now, this is, whoops, which one's that? That is the parking sensors. So as you can see, you've got front and rear parking sensors on the display there. Now the button in front, the little rocker button there, that's for your drive modes. So you've got the Eco Pro setting, which will make everything just that much more, a little bit flatter on the throttle, but more economical. If I go back in there again and switch Eco Pro Trek route, is it this one? And then I remember this, so basically they don't show this one anymore, but this will judge your driving when you're driving economically. And this graph here, it gives you star ratings across here for anticipation, accelerate. So if you accelerate gently, it gives you more stars. If you come off the brake a lot earlier to save fuel, it shows you how many more miles to the gallon you're going to get here and gives you star rating. When you're on a boring drive, it's one of the things I used to use to take the boredom away on a long journey. Comfort, this is a balance setting between everything. And then sport, what sport will do, will just very slightly change, maybe like the throttle response, the power, and then if you go into Sport Plus, this will turn off a little bit of the traction control, and I don't know if you can click it, and then you've also got the sport displays in there as well. So I'll come out of there. I think we've pretty much done everything in there that we need to. This is your iDrive wheel down here with all your shortcuts. You can see all around here is in really nice condition. I'm just going to try and zoom in. If I put my hand over the top there because of the light, and see just how much the light affects with the camera. Okay, and then we've got the center armrest with additional USB and auxiliary in there. All the books in there, the paperwork's in the office for the service history. So I think we've covered pretty much everything in here. So 2 pulls for the bonnet. We'll go and check out the engine. I'll just show you up here as well. All in really nice condition. And of course, we've got paddle shift. So now that we've pulled the bonnet twice, we can lift up the bonnet without having to dig around for the latch. All of the engine bay has been cleaned very carefully using very safe products like sort of WD-40 and stuff like that to make sure we're not getting any dampness around the electrics and stuff. All of the areas down here are hoovered out to get any of the leaves out. We don't jet wash in there until it's clean, otherwise it would just block the alleyways of where the water drains out behind the mud guards. As you can see, I mean, this engine is 315 PS. It's a straight 6 twin turbo on the 335, so a smaller turbo for lower revs and then the larger turbo as you power up. It's about 309 brake horsepower, lots of torque. In fact, this one I think has had a remap and is running about 412. That's just reminding myself, we've got the invoice for that from the previous gentleman. So running a bit more power and slightly better fuel economy as well. So ticking over. Now it's due to go in today, in fact after this video. Just down here is where the EGR valve is, and there's a second recall on these. So I'm sure they are going to replace that. They generally check them, but I'm sure they're just going to replace it. So that will be done. So there we have it, our 335 Xdrive. Lovely condition, full service history, and all the relevant checks carried out for you. If you have any questions, please give me a call. We've got lots of different extended warranties, etc. Thanks for taking the time to watch our video. All the best. Bye.